Yeah, but training, Manny, you can train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and you can train MMA and kickboxing and all those different styles, but you're never going to be training as hard as you can do that in actual competition. You can never go 100% training MMA.
Sure, right. I see what you're saying.
You can go 100% training boxing. Guys do all that time in sparring. All you have is the headgear and protectors and stuff like that. You can still go 100% and get a good understanding if you can take a punch or not. It's a little bit different when it's a 10-ounce or an 8-ounce glove versus 16-ounce, but not a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's a whole lot different when you got pads on your feet kicking somebody in the shin. You're blocking it with a shin pad than going in there with just a little bit of tape on your foot and throwing that thing. I think it's going to be different from her. I don't know how they're going to match it. It's a tournament style, so she's got to fight everybody. So it can't be like UFC where they're going to put her with somebody they know is a striker versus somebody that's going to choke her out or whatever. And I don't know how good she's getting at jiu-jitsu too. I mean, I know she's at Jackson's gym or whatever it is up in Arizona with John Jones and Holly Holm and them. She's getting the right training.
Right.
She doesn't have the looks. You got to do this as an amateur. You got to go into those local grappling competitions, and that's how you build yourself up. So it's really no different than Logan Paul's coming into something and everybody thinking, hey, you didn't do what you need to do. I mean, respect because you're making money, but when you come up against it, it's going to be a different story. And eventually, in a tournament style of competition with other people, she's going to come up against it real quick.
What are some things that you're looking forward to in 2021? What fights do you want to see happen? Because there's a lot of there's a lot of talks with different fighters, talking back and forth from Spence Crawford. You got who's Canelo going to fight next? I personally would like to see a Canelo Jamal Charlo fight. You got Teofimo Lopez maybe fighting Tank. Shakur Stevenson fighting Lomachenko possibly. What are you looking forward to see? What potential fights are you looking forward to see in 2021?
I want to see that Canelo Charlo fight.
Yeah,
that's the only thing out there I'd really want to see. I really love Teofimo Lopez. Anybody he fights is going to be good. I like to see him with Tank Davis. I think that's a freaking anybody's game at that point. Whoever gets it's really going to be the one that's going down.
Were you shocked?
How do you see the Canelo Charlo fight going?
Canelo and Charlo? I think the Charlos, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think they could parry his power. They're not going to be able to take it, but they're not going to be standing there like this last cat did against Charlo or against Canelo.
What do you contribute to that, man? To every fight that Canelo has been taking, you had
fight guys that can't move.
Well,
listen, when he fought Triple G the first time, I gave that to Triple G. Okay, he can move backwards. Anybody that can move backwards and still fight Canelo is going to win. That's how Mayweather won, and that's how Triple G, I thought, won in their first fight. He was able to move back and counter. Canelo's only coming forward, and he's got awesome cardio, awesome power. So if you can't take those two things, you're going to lose to him. If you can move, dodge, and land your own shots, you will win.
But how much of it is it that Canelo is crippling these guys to where they can't look? Yeah, and you know why I say that? You know why I say that? And I'll tell you why I say that. And again, you're talking to me. I'm not the I'm a Canelo fan, but I'm not sold on his level of greatness yet. I think he's a tremendous fighter. I think he's the best pound for pound right now. I give him all the credit that he deserves for what he's doing. Mm-hmm. But the reason I say what I'm saying is because
you can't say that and then say
no. Well, the reason I'm saying what I'm there is no but.
I think he's pound for pound best.
Right.
Okay, and all of his skills. I'm just saying his one link in his chain or his whatever. His one bad thing is that if he fights anybody with any type of movement that can counter, he has difficulty.
But I think he's doing a tremendous job neutralizing. That's the word I wanted to use, not cripple, but neutralizing. He's neutralizing, and the reason I say that is because I watch Earl Spence, and big shout out to Earl Spence on his comeback win and doing a phenomenal job. But what he did against Danny Garcia, he did the same thing against Mikey Garcia. We all know Mikey can move. We know Danny can box. We know what they can do, and Earl just fucking neutralized them. He kept them at bay. He did what he wanted to do. He controlled the fight. I mean, I've never seen Mikey so frustrated in a fight when he fought Earl. He couldn't do nothing. Same thing with Danny. So when I think about that and I see what fucking Canelo's doing, I'm like, fuck, he's doing the same thing. So I give him credit for what he's doing. It's a phenomenal job. Charlo would be another huge test, and so.
But I think he's got the skill level. He's got the time that he's put into the sport to understand what to do and not get frustrated, to give Canelo that movement and to counter. And he's going to have a whole hell of a lot of leverage because I think he's like 8 inches taller than him.
Yeah. Well,
you got to look at
Canelo's like 5'7".
I believe in boxing skill as long as physics take over.
Yeah.
So when you have the leverage that the Charlos are going to have, and I don't see them really getting clocked by anything that Canelo is throwing, and I don't see them getting up against the ropes, because look, I mean, are they still with Ronnie Shields?
I'm not sure. Robert, are they still with Shields?
Jamal is. Jamel is with Jamal is. Jamel is with Derek James.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well, either of those two guys, especially at that point, I don't see them getting up against the ropes and staying there.
Physical fitness matters. That
Who else could Canelo fight that next year or this year rather? You want to see that? You want to see the Triple G trilogy come to an end? You want to see that fight?
I want to see it just so people can stop. I mean, Triple G's, I think he's too old now. Canelo, I don't think is ever going to get back down close to 160.
Canelo beat him easy.
Yeah, I think at this stage he would for sure.
Who else is there? Let me pull everything up. Everybody's fighting outside of their weight classes and stuff. It's hard to determine who's even there anymore.
But where is he going to fight? 168?
Yeah, I think he's going to stay at 168 for a while.
But 168 is fucking dangerous, bro.
Yeah, there's Billy Joe Saunders, but again, European fighter that's just going to stand there and get beat up. I mean,
168 is a dangerous.
Billy Joe Saunders has great food.
Because at least the Charlos will come up. I mean, Triple G's not coming up in weight. Charlo will come up to take that fight. Probably do like a catch weight like 165, whatever, but he'll make Canelo come down a little bit. I just don't think Canelo's going to ever make 160 again with as much mass as he put on in his last fight. It's going to be real difficult. It's going to be just like Roy Jones when he went up fought Ruiz. He should have stayed at heavyweight and not came back down to 175 to get knocked out by Tarver.
What about Benavidez? I think if he fights Benavidez now, he wins. I think if he fights him later down the road, it's going to be a lot more challenging. Benavidez is a monster as well at 160.
And with that, Canelo, like I said the last time I was here, Canelo's got to be wary too because he's not old, but he's old for his age. He's been fighting since he's 15.
He's 33 or 30? 30?
No, he's like 33.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of years on him too, man. He started pro boxing when he was 15 years old.
Yeah.
With a lot of force.
Oh, so you got Benavidez, you got, who else? Shit.
I mean, for fights you want to see, that's about it. I mean,
Charlo.
Does he fight? Do they do a cold? Well, no.
Bivol. That's a dangerous fight for him, too.
Better be Viv. That's not a bad one. Go up to light heavy and fight him.
That's a very dangerous fight for him.
Yeah, but look, I mean,
I think it's best
for
bet
that,
is the
there's
Charlo.
not a whole lot for Canelo money-wise to fight. I think he's got to fight the Charlos at some point. If he's really free agent, he can fight whoever he wants. Get with PBC and do that.
So what are you going to do? What is he going to do as far as his whole? Is he going to start a whole production or a whole promotion?
No, he's producing shows like Tom Cruise produces his movies. I mean, you put the star of the show as a producer, but I mean, most Matchroom did that entire show. I mean, Canelo wasn't out there matchmaking it or making sure that there was protocols being met. I mean, he's just the name on the show and cut me in on it because my name is bringing people to buy it. So that's why he's getting the percentage he gets. He's going to rely on all the other promoters to actually put together the show itself.
Are we going to see a Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight in 2021, or is it going to be one of those things where it's going to be a Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather type of deal where they go back?
It depends what Aram's going to do, really. I mean, is he going to release Crawford?
So let me ask you about that. Okay, what was that about? Was it smart? Does he care?
Aram is what, 95 years old?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he doesn't care. I mean, until if he's got him under contract, he doesn't have to fight him. He doesn't have to fight him with whoever he wants to fight or who people want him to fight.
The comments that he made, though, saying, he's not making me any money, and the going back and forth. What were your thoughts on that? Yeah,
Crawford is right. He's not fighting him. He's not putting on the big fights. He's fighting him, but not against anybody that's going to make him $1 bazillion.
And so, what were your thoughts? Okay, so if they do fight, if they ever do fight, who do you like on that fight?
I like Crawford. I mean, Crawford's got the basic skills, but he does them the best. He does nothing exceptional, but he does everything awesome. Well, I'll put it, but he doesn't have anything exceptional that somebody else doesn't have, but what he does do is exceptionally better than how everybody else does it. I can't speak to that. I should have did this at 11 o'clock and not 9 a.m. He's got super basic skills, but he does it way better than anybody else.
What
I love too. That's the other thing. He'll want to kill people.
But like you said, if it comes down to physics, Spence is big.
But how much bigger is he though? Because they're only one weight class different, right? Is Spence like exceptionally tall for his weight class?
Yeah, I mean, because
is he
coming up to 447?
I know when I seen Spence in Vegas, he that boy can get big.
Yeah,
when that boy can get big.
For 140, Crawford's pretty tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and will they fight at 147? How much longer are they going to be sticking? If they're not going to fight at 147 in 2021, where are they going to fight at? 152? That's another thing.
I don't want to see Crawford out of the 140s.
Why would that? That wouldn't really matter. They would both have titles. Yeah,
they would what?
To be at 47.
So that'd be tough on
this year, early next year.
I don't know how much longer Spence is going to be hanging out around 147. That shit's going to start taking a toll on him. How impressed were you? With that fight?
Fighting Canelo.
How impressed were you with his fight against Danny Garcia?
His fight against Danny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was very impressed. I was happy that he came out and looked like his old self, kinda. And I was impressed with the way that he took Danny's hook from him and just kept walking him back. Like Danny wasn't able to do anything because Spence was stopping everything that he planned.
Joe, what were your thoughts on that fight?
The same. I mean, I was happy that he was able to take a punch. I thought after that accident, being rocked like that was going to change things. He looked like his old self. So he's.
Were you concerned going into this fight?
I thought if he got clipped one good time, that was going to be it.
That was my thought. I was concerned. I just, man.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you walk away from an accident like